If you want to learn about the world, there are a few things you can do. One thing is that you can travel the world and discover everything directly from your own experience, or you can learn from those who travel around the world and share their own experience. So which option would you choose? I personally prefer traveling myself, but I must also admit that I follow some people who I trust, who travel around the world. I've traveled for quite a while myself, for different reasons actually, because I wanted to know the world and I wanted to know it from my own experience, basically. That's why I traveled different parts of the world. I've traveled in Europe quite a lot. I've traveled in Asia. I've traveled in also like Middle East and Far East. Not so much, but still. And travel in the States. Nothing compared to my mom, who traveled much more than me. But still, I do have some taste around about the world, about how things function in different areas, in different places of the world. Today I'm having a walk in this beautiful park with my mom, actually, and we are going to walk to this lighthouse together. It's a beautiful day. It's May. It's not very warm, but it's beautiful and comfortable. And I always love, having time with my family. And my mom, she travels a lot. And when she comes back from her travels, I very often like we meet again and again. Also when I come back from my travels, because I've been traveling recently in the far east of Russia, which I actually want to share a few clips in this video from this recent travel. Here's my mom. And she has been recently traveling in Vietnam, and yes, so she's sharing her impressions, her experience on her Instagram. It's linked in the description below, by the way, if you want to check out my mom's adventures. And in this video, I also want to share why I think traveling is an important part of our life. I'm not saying it's like one has to do it, but there are a lot of beneficial things when it comes to traveling. It's just I love nature. So for me, traveling is not only getting to know about the world and also reality, but also enjoying the nature itself. I was actually born in 1978, and in the Soviet Union it was a time when it was not possible to travel, and that's why basically one could travel only within the Soviet bloc. And when you are born in such conditions, then you realize that actually traveling is a gift. It's a freedom. It's a freedom. And when you are born and it's kind of for granted in this kind of conditions where you can travel, then I guess you think differently about it. And that's why when later on this possibility to travel appeared, then I really wanted to enjoy it. And my mom actually showed a very good example that it's good to travel and see the world with your own eyes and not just to trust some mainstream media, what they say about the world or anybody else. Yeah. So yes, I've been traveling in places like, if you look at in the Far East, it's like places like Hong Kong and Mongolia and Nepal, India, and different places in the Far East, also Far East Russia, up to Kamchatka, and I also went as far as Alaska in the States, so also quite a while, and from Alaska down to California and all around the place. In Europe, I've been in places like Spain and Greece, and on the north like Denmark, not so much, but still. Germany, of course, Switzerland, Austria, and stuff. Yeah, so it's been different places, and also Eastern Europe, like Czech Republic, been a few times. What else? Not so much, actually. Russia all over, also European part, also Ukraine and Latvia, Litva, so Lithuania, Georgia close to Russia, and Turkey. I've been to Turkey also. So yeah, not so much, but still like different places in the world. And altogether, it feels like I've seen different cultures and different mentalities. And also one more advantage when you travel is that you do not only learn about the world, you also learn about yourself, basically. Yes? Because when you stay in one place, you get some habits which and some things that you take seriously, that you think it belongs. But when you travel, you realize that there's a lot of like habits and like luggage and baggage that you don't need, to take with you all the time. So you kind of like realize what is important, what actually matters, what actually stays with you also when you travel to a different place, like different part of the world, and many small things, and also a lot of things we keep, and instead of letting them go. So you realize what is you need to prioritize, like what is really important, and what is just like something superficial, something on the surface. Therefore, yes, it's not only like learning about the nature of reality around you, but also learning about your own true nature and your own essence. I would say if you want to know about the world and know about yourself, it's a good way, to do so. There are other things, it's not the only thing, but it's quite a thing. What do you think? Let me know. And my experience from this world is that world is a very interesting, a beautiful place, but also I must admit it's very, very different everywhere you go. The mentalities of people are very different. Like when you take the Western countries, you definitely feel the difference between the Western, like Europe, to the Eastern Europe. It's quite a different place and mentality. Not so much, but you feel the difference, yeah. And of course, you feel a big difference between the West and the Far East. You know, Asian countries are very, very different. I really like Asian countries. There are a lot of interesting culture, a lot of interesting background, a lot of interesting mentality. Like each Asian country, it's a different mentality. But in general, I really appreciate these cultures. In the Middle East, there are quite some things which feel kind of foreign for me. It's like some cultures are way too different. Yeah, it's like a very different world. I feel more at home in the Far East than in the Middle East. That's for sure. And yeah, let me know what is your experience with traveling the world and experiencing different cultures. Actually, recently I've been traveling in a place in Russia, close to the border to China, and this is like just 700 meters from China. Between Russia, they built a like first in the world inter-country cable road, and yeah, so you can go with the cable road from one country to another, basically from Russia to China and from China to Russia. It's in the town called, or city called Blagoveshchensk. So I will share a few small clips from there, which have been like a week ago. I came from there. Interesting place, and it's becoming more and more developed because of the neighboring country. Actually, my mom is holding the camera because we are recording today together. And I also want to share in this video a few clips from my mom's recent travel in Vietnam. She's been there before, and now, recently she came back from there. And so recently she came from Vietnam, and I want to share just a few clips because on her Instagram she shares different travels. On her Instagram she shares different travels, not only the current but also from years ago. Her Instagram is in the description below, by the way, if you want to check out her travels. And yeah, so if you see that on some pictures she looks younger, yeah, then it's from some years ago. But she also mixed it all up with the recent current travels, and yeah, just a few pictures, few videos for you. And I hope you enjoy this video about traveling. I hope this can inspire you to try to learn about the world, like with your own experience, not just watching TV or, but also enjoy the freedom that you have. And I understand that traveling is being really sometimes hard in the last years, also expensive and can be dangerous. So one has to watch out, but still it's a good way to learn about the world, to learn about yourself and enjoy the freedom. And if you want to learn more about my life, and which is all about building freedom in life, this channel is all about building freedom in life, enjoying real life, meeting real people, enjoying nature just like right now, and having a meaningful, analog, real quality life and freedom. This is all about this channel. So if you're interested, it's also I'm sharing a lot of experience when it comes to connection to other people and in the second half of life. So if you're in your midlife or second half and you like meaningful conversations, this channel might be for you. Check it out, and I really hope to see you in the next video. All the best, and enjoy the clips from the travels. Thank you, Mom, for carrying the phone.
Welcome.
Just 1 week ago, I was in Blagoveshchensk in Russia, and this is me walking there. And here across this river, this is the cable road they built recently, the Russian terminal, and this cable road is going towards the Chinese, shore. This is this is China already, just across the river. This is the Chinese flag you can see there. Yes, so this is very interesting that China and Russia are located so close, nearby in some parts, and now they've built this brand new, like one of its kind, cable road between two countries. The cable road is not functioning yet, but it must start functioning in the coming month. They also find some dinosaur, they excavate some dinosaurs in this area. That's why you have some dinosaur, yeah, this is China across the board, across the shore of the Amur River. It's called Amur. Yeah, this is on this. You have another dinosaur here. Yeah, it was just nice visiting this place. I have some friends living in this Blagoveshchensk city. Not such a big city, it's a town, more or less, which I've been visiting since 2001. And when I was here in 2001, there is nothing on the Chinese border. There was no those buildings, this infrastructure on the Chinese, shore. It wasn't there. There was nothing, not a single building. It's very hard to believe. This is the airport in Blagoveshchensk, also brand new. Nice one for such a small place in Russia. This was me flying from Blagoveshchensk back home, actually. Just a few glimpses to share with you guys from my last week experience, which was kind of fun. Next time I should... Oh, this is my mom in Vietnam. This place is called Crazy House Hotel. So everything you see here has a very interesting style, and Crazy House, yes. And many people visit this Crazy House Hotel as a museum. So you can buy a ticket and go into the hotel. You cannot enter the hotel without a ticket, actually. And this is just my mom and her visit in Vietnam. Vietnam is a beautiful country. It's quite cheap also to travel there. And people are very, really have good hearts. Vietnamese are Buddhist by religion, and so somehow they have very peaceful vibe, kind of joyful vibe, the people themselves. Yeah, and everywhere you go, you have some Buddhist temples, so this is somehow is a part of the culture. And I met quite a few Vietnamese people in the Far East part of Russia as well, and I must admit they really have good attitudes, good heart, and yeah, this kind of feeling content with everything which happens. I hope you liked this video about traveling, and let me know what you think in the comments. Share some experience and hope to see you in the next video.